Thanks for joining us today on Suncoast FYI. Harry E. Robbins Associates Inc. is a real estate company built on integrity, hard work, and tradition. Here to tell us more about their company is Kevin Robbins. Welcome to the show.
Yes, Cassie, thanks for having me.
It's good to have you here today. I read a little bit about the history of your company. It sounds really interesting. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, we've been in Sarasota for a long time. My family has. We have a lot of deep roots here. My grandparents actually moved here back in the early 50s, so we've seen a lot of changes in our little town of Sarasota. Still a small town, but we've seen a lot of changes.
And you guys, so your grandparents actually started it, so you're the third generation?
Correct,
in
third
this company?
generation. So right now working in our office, my father Lloyd works in the office. He's been involved in the business about 40 years. And then also my brother Troy Robbins works in the company as well.
Wow, see, that's
So,
impressive. That's a really cool history.
My grandparents started a good legacy and we're just continuing that legacy.
Helping build and sell Suncoast.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit more about those properties that you sell.
Yes, our office does both. As I mentioned, we do residential real estate as well as commercial, but I specifically specialize in commercial real estate. So I work on warehouse properties, industrial type properties, commercial office buildings, commercial retail properties. Those are the type of properties I sell on a regular basis. Who
are your clients? Tell me a little bit about the local businesses that you work with.
Yes. So a good example of a local company I work with, I just sold a building to a furniture store, and they distribute furniture not only out of the area, but they also have a small retail component that they have inside their store. So I worked with them to find a building that fit their needs, and then we closed on the transaction. So it was an exciting process for me to see them grow out of a couple thousand square foot space, and they're now in a 10,000 square foot facility.
Yeah. So now you can drive by there and be like,
I can drive by and say that's the building I sold, and we drive by with the kids and they say that's Daddy's sign, and so it's fun to be able to do that.
Very cool. So are there any other clients that you deal with besides business owners?
I do, yes. In addition to working with business owners to help them grow and relocate their businesses, I work with investors. Okay. And that can be anybody from a seasoned investor that does a lot of development projects. We used to do a lot of sales and marketing for development projects in the past, where we'd come in on the front end and we would help the developer determine what's the highest and best use for the property. Do we put a warehouse building on it? Do we put an office building on it? What size of units we put in the project? What kind of lease rates can we expect? We're not the end all to the equation, but we certainly play our role to help the developer figure out what is best for that project.
Oh, absolutely. Well, being so local, you guys have the best knowledge of what's going on down here.
We think we have a pretty good understanding of the market. We're in it every day. In addition to working with some of those larger, more sophisticated developers, we also work with smaller investors, and there's people that are probably sitting home today that are thinking, can I get involved in commercial real estate? And the answer is yes. I've sold investment property to individuals, or even just a partnership of two people that form a little group, and they'll buy properties that are maybe $100,000, $200,000, and we take care of the leasing for them, we do the management for them. So it's really something that all people can get into. Yeah. A lot of people look at commercial real estate and say, oh, it's only for people that are bigger organizations, and they go to the residential side for their investment needs. But commercial real estate is pretty easy to get into as well if you want to expand your portfolio.
With your help as well.
Correct.
With all the knowledge that you have of that.
Yes.
So what sets you apart? Why work with your firm?
Yes.
Besides all the reasons we already talked about.
Yes, yes. Obviously experience, we like to pride ourselves in the fact that we've been here a long time. We know the market very well. We know Sarasota very well. We try to keep track of what the trends are, what things are changing. I'd say mostly it's just our integrity. And my grandfather, when he started the company, he wanted to set himself apart from different companies that were already out there. And integrity was a big thing to him. He never looked at the commission dollars. He never looked at how much was he making. It was always about, how can I help the client? How can I serve the needs? How can I serve Sarasota and give back to something that's given him so much? And that's really the same tradition we carry on. We like to just serve our clients, treat them the best we can, and we think we have the experience to help them.
That is very cool. It sounds like a good reason to come to your company there. So if people are more interested in it, where can they go for more information? If they need more information, they can visit our website. It's robbinscommercial.com. And, or they can also call our office at 924-8346. All right, well, very cool. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
And next on Suncoast FYI, Shermer Dentistry, so stay tuned.